So it appears as though things have at long last completed the cycle in the Wendy Williams versus Kevin Tracker case. Rumors from far and wide suggest that Kevin has been asking to get back with Wendy. And she very well could take him back. I'm similar to yet. I'm still enamored. I don't have any idea what to do like. Are you serious with this? Is truly going now? News about this conceivable compromise has raised a ruckus around town on fire since fans are asking Wendy not to take Kevin back after he did her so grimy the last time, and individuals are persuaded that he is soon after her cash. And that's it. So does this imply that Wendy and Kevin are getting hitched once more? And why are individuals persuaded that this is a plot to get Wendy into conservatorship? Took out my splash paint, and I shower painted Kevin and Wendy perpetually. And right up till now, it actually is everlastingly. Doesn't mean I love you well, only for me felt that things could never get more humiliating for Kevin. Tracker rumors from far and wide suggest that he is asking Wendy to take him back after he did her filthy exchange, her the absolute worst way. It's been a long time since Wendy petitioned for legal separation from Kevin, after he then got his side piece, Sharina Hudson, pregnant. Yet the issue had proactively been happening for a really long time on the grounds that Kevin and Sharina have been connected together as far back as 2007. And all through their issue, Kevin was dependably a liberal-friendly benefactor. To Sharina, he spent a ton of Wendy's cash on Sharina, like purchasing her a house that wasn't such a long ways from the house that he and Wendy resided in. I read about it in the web journals and tabloids, the location of this spot that he had bought to impart to this woodlands 9 miles from my home in Livingston. And they're having a great time. Listen, it's the best dauntlessness for me. He likewise subsidized her numerous organizations. Despite the fact that they weren't exceptionally effective, he separated up a major store for her in her local town of South Carolina. Yet the business turned out to be a mistake, and it shut down solely after 2 or 3 months. Kevin wasn't irritated, however, in light of the fact that he did put resources into a web-based dress and gems store called Vish. And again the business was a lemon and wound up crashing after a brief time. The store was one more disappointment yet again. Kevin was not prepared to surrender. He assisted her with getting confirmed as a real estate agent yet again. This didn't work out possibly. He then opened up a vegetarian organization for her, which was the 5th organization he was setting up for her. Gracious. And we should not fail to remember that he was additionally monetarily supporting her while he was setting up this large number of organizations for herself. And yes, it was all Wendy's cash. Now Wendy certainly had a profound knowledge of the issue, yet she had this strange concurrence with Kevin that he was not permitted to get Sharina pregnant. Yet we as a whole skill that story went he got Sharina pregnant. And Wendy needed to let him go. She let him go, yet not before she got him terminated from his work. On the Wendy show, you know, whether you make, I don't suggest that you work with your significant other in light of the fact that I made him my chief. And afterward, when I chose to separate from him, he must be terminated another. I made him separated and jobless across the board day. Now we as a whole realize that Wendy can be trivial as F. So it ought not be astonishing for anybody that she had him discharged. However, at that point, she needed to pay him provision as a piece of their separation repayment. And Kevin felt like he had played Wendy and gotten a fair plan, yet what he didn't understand was that Wendy was remembering the big picture, and she was arranging her deck to take a major action. Loquacious individual, you realize, like I will plot on you, that is correct. When she said she was plotative, she wasn't messed around on the grounds that it worked out that she had her attorneys add a statement into the provision understanding that said that she no longer needed to pay him in the event that she quit dealing with the Wendy show. Kevin presumably didn't peruse that proviso, or he read it and didn't mind particularly since the provision installments were coming inconsistent. Now recall how I said that he set up various organizations for Sharina, and how they generally bombed. Well, the 2 of them chose to simply reside off of Wendy's provision installments, as opposed to searching for work. They had no unmistakable ventures or genuine kind of revenue well from Wendy. That is, they likely felt that she planned to continue paying provision. Or something while the Wendy show got dropped after she became ill for quite a while. And she quit paying Kevin provision. And this is where Kevin's difficulty began taking a turn. Like I said, he and Sharina had no type of revenue or any speculation that worked. They immediately went belly up. And when I say they went belly up, I mean brother okay, brother oak. At first, Kevin attempted to be all grandiose about it, and he put Wendy and her group on impact, saying Wendy wasn't rehabbing these individuals, recently quit keeping my cash called turkey presently. I'm requesting to see all the bank records from the hour of the separation as of recently, and that will show what truly is happening. These individuals have attempted to begin me out toward the day's end. I brought in that cash. I'm not allowing them to take it. I will just put something aside for the time, being that it makes me extremely upset to see what is befalling her. I realize she isn't in a decent spot, and she is encircled by individuals who are exploiting her condition, including this purported guardianship. Yet tragically, for him, individuals were not on his side, and he immediately understood that the hooks in their divorce settlement understanding implied that he never again was qualified for getting divorce settlement installments. He then, at that point, attempted to gaslight and, fit of remorse, blustery into paying him. He made a public allure saying I have fallen behind on the majority of my bills. I as of now live locally that expects installments to the mortgage holder's affiliation, and I'm behind on that charge. My life has been enormously impacted since the offended party quit pursuing installments under our repayment, understanding the way that I can't support my life and cover my bills altogether is incredibly pressing to me. I can't cover my bills and support my everyday residing. When that didn't work, he chose to prosecute things and request that the adjudicator request Winnie to pay him divorce settlement. So he was unable to fail. The case was tossed out of court for clear reasons, and he was starting over and right. When he felt that things could never deteriorate, he got unloaded by his little Sharina. The separation was first uncovered in a visually impaired thing that turned into a web sensation, and it expressed far out in the distance. A moderator is enjoying an incredible chuckle. Her sequential bamboozling, sequential taking X parted ways with his paramour. She was spending a lot of his badly gotten gains, yet incidentally, Kevin didn't part ways with Sharina in light of the fact that she was the person who unloaded him now. I'm hearing that Eric's significant other, Kevin and Sharina, are as of now not together, and you understand what that is very much. Come on now, the cash gone definitely, so it just so happens Sharina isn't about that elaborate way of life. Kevin most likely felt that she was his ride or bite the dust, yet she said psych and plunged goodness. And he can presumably hope to be hit with a kid support suit pretty too early in light of the fact that she doesn't play around now. Sources near Kevin have uncovered that he has wound up in an almost impossible situation and doesn't have the foggiest idea where to go from here. Well, truly, that is not totally right, since, despite the fact that he has ended up in a very difficult situation, he knows where he wants to go. And that is Wendy's entryway. An inside source uncovered that Kevin has been supposedly hitting up Wendy, needing to apologize to her further away he treated her. In requesting pardoning, the insider likewise guaranteed that Kevin has been asking Wendy to take him back since he needs to fix their relationship and offer things another opportunity. Obviously, now that he lost all that, he appears to comprehend that Wendy was a genuine one in his first love. Either that or he's attempting to get his hands on her cash again, since he's poor. Yet another source said that Wendy believes that Kevin is the humdinger, otherwise known as whimsical, assuming he believes that she will take him back after the manner in which he treated her, besides the fact that he undermined her all through their marriage. Yet he likewise tossed his undertaking with Sharina right in front of her. She accepts that the main explanation he is requesting that she pardon him is that he's gone brother and Sharina has left him. He has no other individual left, except for she doesn't mind, since she isn't going to allow him to utilize her like his own ATM. once more, and obviously the fans are her ally here since they have been beseeching her to not succumb to Kevin's untruths. They left well-known saying, wasn't he trying to say Sharina Hudson was his perfect partner, my what several years with no provision installments, make I truly trust Wendy doesn't succumb to this. And he needs to place her in a conservatorship, so he can gain admittance to all her cash then again. There are fans who feel that this is a plot among Kevin and Sharina to artfulness some cash from Wendy. This individual said, I hear Wendy is struggling while being wise. I could thoroughly see this being a plot by the two of them to get some cash, assuming that anything happens to her, and on the off chance that it's a trick among him and his sweetheart Wendy likely won't endure this one. Yet do you all concur that this could be a plot among Kevin and Sharina? Or do you imagine that he is really grieved and needs Wendy back? Let me in on your thought process in the remarks. And afterward look at his next video, Unfamiliar.